Text me if you can hear me. I gotta hang up so I can get everyone situated right here. All right, bye. Should be good. Should be good.
Oh. Hey, we can hear you. Can we turn ourselves down?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. joins the toss, defers to the second half. United elects to receive, and will receive in the south end zone.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Doggett Family Stadium in Beaumont, Texas. The Indians go on the road versus the Beaumont Timberwolves. I'm Caden Lunsford, and I'm joined in the booth by my great friend Clayton Proffitt, and on the sideline by Marquis Gasson. A strong defensive performance week one for the Indians by going on the road to Klein Oak and shutting them down overall. Definitely a confidence booster going into the matchup.
Yes, definitely, and credit has to go to Mason Winchell for starting the momentum with an interception, and Jackson Doyle for keeping it going with 2 picks of his own. And then Zane Newby at the end of the game had a pick to ice it.
Definitely a great performance by the Indians on the first game of the season. And now we're here week 2 in Beaumont versus the Beaumont United Timberwolves for the pre-district matchup. About to get underway here. Fernando De Leon on to kick it off for the Indians. And back deep for the Timberwolves, number 1, Darian Anderson. Kickoff caught by Javarius Phoenix, brought down at the 15-yard line very quick by Dallas Frederick.
Great way to start us off here, as it'll give the Beaumont United pretty bad field position, but definitely good for us. Beaumont United last year going only 1-6 in district play with their only win against Westbrook.
Here comes Beaumont United's offense. The quarterback for the Timberwolves is going to be number 10, Raphael Deschotel. Definitely going to be a lot of 2 running back sets and just 3 receiver. No really tight end look or H fullback look like we do. And first play gets the snap and a lot of pressure by the Indians' defensive line, forcing them to toss it out there and try to get as much yards as you can. But incompletion, and now 2nd and 10 from the 16.
Definitely, Caden. With them not having that tight end, P&G has a different defense than most teams, as they only rush 3. Most teams rush 4.
A 2nd and 10 now for the Timberwolves at the 16-yard line. And some great pressure, which brings up the fact that usually quarterback Raphael Deschotel, known for being good with pressure, being able to move up and back in the pocket, and even being able to roll out from time to time. Not really a mobile threat type of quarterback, but you can see him run from time to time, as on that play he hands it off to the running back, Darian Anderson, for a gain of nothing and a 2nd and 10.
And Mason Winchell's right there to clog it up. Definitely a great job starting it off good, following from last week with his interception to start the momentum as we were talking about. Definitely what started that game off for us.
2 plays and no yards for the Timberwolves. It brings up a 3rd and 10 from the same original 16-yard line. And as usual, you see the play getting, I guess, relayed to the quarterback, but they usually send a guy to the sideline, and he runs in and, I guess, delivers the play like the receiver. Different look, but they do that. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Deschotel tosses it out to the fullback in the backfield, and Mason Winchell meets him behind the line of scrimmage for another gain of nothing. A quick 3 and out for the P&G defense, but first a flag on the play. Looks like the flag was a delay of game, but the Indians will decline it and set up the 4th and 10, and out goes the Timberwolves punt group.
Great job by P&G defense to allowing 0 yards here, as it should put PNG inside the 50, it looks like, as it'll be number 11, London Nunley, back to receive the punt.
Punting for the Timberwolves is number 3, Tayton Calhoun. The punt lands originally at the 31-yard line. A good roll will end up at the 42, but PNG getting the ball in the Timberwolves side of play is some great field position for the first drive of the game to put up the first 6.
Most definitely, and the PNG offense is looking to start the passing game early here, as in last week. It was a rough start near the beginning as Klein Oak went up 7-0 at first.
Here comes Connor Bailey and company in the PNG offense with the 2-receiver look, one to the near side and one to the far. The running back, Blair Chatanier, right behind Bailey in the pistol. Bailey gets the snap and hands it off Chatanier. Chatanier jukes, gets outside the guard, dives up and is brought down around the 33-yard line. Looks like it'll be just short of a first down for a 2nd and 1.
Great job by Blair starting us off hot, as it'll be about 2nd and short.
It will be a 2nd and inches. PNG returns to the same formation here on the 2nd and inches. Tight end Jada Matute attached to Wolford's right, and Layden Williams, the fullback, to his. Like Blair Chatanier gets the carry, jumps up for a gain of 2, and looks like it'll be enough for Indians' first down.
As if PNG can get this run going near the beginning, it'll open up the passing game for more options, allowing maybe Beaumont United to think the run's going to happen. If we can get it to our star wide receiver, London Nunley.
Definitely a rainy day here in Beaumont. A lot of rain is going to force the run game a lot, as you can see on the field. No gloves from a lot of guys. And they do hand it off again here to Blair Chatanier before he gets outside the tackle and brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5 will set up a 2nd and 5 for the Indians.
I want to talk about the PNG JV team yesterday, winning against Beaumont United at home 27-12. Great job by JV starting it off.
Great week 2 win by JV. Great job seeing the sub-varsity teams getting the week started with wins. Bailey gets the snap and hands it off Chatanier again. Chatanier bounces off of the tackle and gets up to the 20 for another Indians first down.
As Blair Chatanier marching the ball down the field and get about down at about the 20-yard line.
Blair Chatanier with another first down gain, but if you usually see it, it's number 15 on the defense, Marquavian Roach, always finding a way to get to Blair Chatanier and bring him down and keeping him from a big, big play. One receiver to the near side and one to the far. Bailey hands it off Chatanier again. Chatanier makes some moves and jumps forward again for some extra yards up to the 14-yard line. Another gain of 6 and a 2nd and 4 for the Indians.
As the first 5 plays here for the offense is 5 Blair Chatanier rushes. That's definitely what we were looking for this game with the weather.
5 carries and just about 35 yards for Blair Chatanier on the first 5 plays of the game. We'll see if he can keep that going throughout the night. Bailey gets the snap and steps back, looks to the corner of the end zone for Nunley and just overthrown. An incomplete pass will set up another 3rd and 4.
So it'll be a 3rd and 4. Probably see another handoff to Blair Chatanier.
Like the Indians check in Chase Metz and check out Jace Neeb. More of a heavy set here on the 3rd and medium. Look for Indians run on the 3rd down. 2 fullbacks behind each guard and the tight end Matute attached to Wolford. Connor Bailey relaying the play back to the O-line. And Blair Chatanier looking ready to run the ball as he gets it here right up the middle, breaks off a tackle, and gets pushed by the O-line up to the 8-yard line, and another first down Indians.
Great job by Blair Chatanier. Looked like he got hit right at the line and still managed to get about 6 yards after contact. Great job putting them inside the 10-yard line.
You gotta love to have a power back like Blair Chatanier who's gonna fight for every single yard. It makes it even better whenever you have a humongous and strong O-line in front of him to just make a big hole for him to get through every time and get the first downs. Blair Chatanier does get the handoff again, bounces off the guard, breaks a tackle, and gets shoelace tackled at the 2-yard line. Tackle made by number 19, Jamon Pelican.
As PNG starts it off, I think 7 rushes here with Blair Chatanier. Definitely wouldn't be surprised to see one more to punch it in.
A 2nd and goal from the 3 and a heavy formation as Blair Chatanier comes out right inside the 5-yard line. And the running back now is Abel Jamon. Lone receivers London Nunley to the far side, and 1 tight end and 2 fullbacks. The same pistol look for the Indians here as Bailey hard count and looks to the sideline for the play. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Jamon, and Jamon met in the backfield. No gain and a loss of 1 for the Indians. Tackle made by number 55, Edward Taylor Jr.
As Blair Chatanier will check back onto the field.
Chatanier does go in for Jamon, and a 3rd and 5 from the 5, or a 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Let's see if PNG can't punch this one in for 6. PNG goes in the gun formation here. Tight end Metz attached to Wolf. And Bailey rolls out to the right side. Play action. Layden Williams, touchdown Indians. That's a 6 for PNG. PNG goes up 6-0 after Layden Williams gets the first touchdown of the game. PNG leads it.
Great job by Blair Chatanier marching it down the field with about 7 carries, 40 yards, setting up that Layden Williams rollout pass for the touchdown.
Run, and then 3rd down. Rolls out and gets the quick pass off to Layden Williams. Gets 6 for PNG, and now on comes Fernando De Leon for the point after. Snap by Cropper. The hold by Guidry is good, and the point after is good. PNG goes up 7-0 here at Doggett Family Stadium in Beaumont, Texas.
It's just going to be.
Hey, sports fans! It looks like any nation strong night. It is loud. Cherokee's playing, and we are ready to start the night. Indian faithful came out strong, and we're ready tonight with the all and we are kicking it off great. Back to you, Caden.
They're going to kick off for PNG. Back deep for the Timberwolves. Number 3, Tatiana Calhoun. Number 1, Darian Anderson. Number 6, Darius Phoenix.
And back out comes the Indians. Fernando De Leon to kick it away. Received by number 8. Deshaun Hope, and absolutely blown up, I guess you could say, by Dane Stewart at the 20-yard line, and a new set of downs for the new drive for the Timberwolves.
Beaumont United might try some different looks here with going 3 and out last drive, setting up PNG inside the 45, as PNG's defense will be looking to do the same thing they did last possession.
PNG definitely with a great performance last week versus Klein Oak. I mean, the story of it was just the interceptions, constantly getting the ball back the other way. Jackson Doyle led it with 2. Mason Winchell led it off and got the first pick of the game, and Zane Newby right at the end. So definitely a great thing if we can getting picks in the front 7 is definitely a key for the Indians here. Ashton Henry motions to the near side. Quarterback Nev Stodel looks downfield and finds Henry, but dumps it off to number 7, Joshua Johnson, and he's met right around the 21-yard line by Ryder McLeod.
Looks like he had Ashton Henry here on the close sideline, about 20 yards downfield with not a PNG player in sight. decided to hit his check down for about 2 yards, as it'll set up 2nd and 8 from the 22-yard line.
Second and 8 as Phoenix checks off the field, and on comes Hope. Two receivers on the field, one to the near side and one to the far. The tight end gets bumps out to the far side. DeShotel hands it off to Anderson in the backfield before he slipped up after a loss of 1. There is a flag on the field, though. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the offense. Sets it back 5 yards, a 2nd and 13 now from the looks like Coach Joseph's going to decline the false start penalty and keep him at the 3rd and 8.
As Caden was talking about earlier, those interceptions are definitely big momentum changes. As last week, that's what we needed with the slow start. But PNG doing something different from last week, starting us off with us winning 7-0. As looks like
Coach Joseph tried to decline the penalty, but it's a false start, which is a pre-snap penalty on the offense, which that's not a declinable one. So that they are going to end up getting brought back 5 yards, a 2nd and 13 now from the Beaumont United 17-yard line. Two receivers to the near side and one to the far. DeShotel moves out the running back, and there's another flag on a play for another false start. Gets the pass out to number 7, but it won't matter. That'll set him back another 5 yards. 2 costly penalties back-to-back. Not looking good for the Timberwolves after the 3 and out. Definitely a young team, so to say, for the Timberwolves. Only 1 returning starter from last year on the O-line and then 1 receiver. But 2 seniors on the O-line and then the rest juniors and 1 sophomore running back. Definitely a young squad, so you can see them again next year. Probably going to be their highlight year in the past couple years. The false start penalty did end up getting declined by Coach Joseph there. And they'll keep it a 3rd and 5. And they run the ball, met in the backfield by Jackson Doyle. No gain and another 3 and out for the Indians defense. Coach Joseph putting so much trust in the PNG defense, declining the illegal motion was the play, the penalty on the last one. And he did end up getting declined. That one's going to be a 4th and 4 now. And out comes the punt group for the Timberwolves.
Coach Joseph definitely putting a lot of trust, as it was about a 3rd and 4 here from the 25-yard line.
On to punt for the Timberwolves, number 3, Tayton Calhoun. And back deep again for the Indians, number 11, London Nunley. Good snap, and Calhoun gets the punt away for rolls out of bounds at the Timberwolves' 32-yard line. Only a 5-yard punt right there by Calhoun sets up the Indians with amazing field position at the Timberwolves' 33-yard line in a new set of downs.
As P&G makes their way onto the field, Connor Bailey under center will hand it off to Blair Chatanier up the middle. Will be stopped at the line. Will be a loss of a yard. Tackle made by number 45, Jeremiah Stevens. Great job, as that'll be their first tackle for loss by Beaumont United. This will be 2nd and 11 here from the 34-yard line.
PNG, not a usual, I guess you could say, first down play right there. Blair Chatanier losing 1 yard there. 2nd and 11 now, though. Bailey hands it off Chatanier, and he makes a guy miss, and he's got green. He's got 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Indians. That's Blair Chatanier Another 6 puts PNG ahead 13-0. Right there, Blair Chatanier making up for the mistake on first down and putting up another 6 for the Indians, put them ahead 13-0.
Most definitely, Caden. As you can tell, Coach Joseph has a lot of trust in Blair Chatanier, as with the first play, a loss of a yard, and the next play, just the exact same play, executing it better for the touchdown.
On again is Fernando De Leon, and holding this time is Vincent Cormier. The snapper again is Cale Cropper. De Leon's kick is good, puts PNG up 14-0 here in Beaumont, Texas. Back on goes PNG after the second 7 of the game. Fernando De Leon, the kicker for PNG, as the ball gets brought down the second time by the wind. Looks like Gino Ramirez is going to go out there to hold it for him. And back deep for the Timberwolves, number 1, Darian Anderson. The kick by De Leon is caught at the 5-yard line. Tries to get to the right side. Mason Winchell gets his shoestring, makes De Leon miss, and tackle made by Byron Franklin and Dallas Frederick. A flag on the play, though. See what the refs have to say. And out comes the PNG defense again after a great 2 drives in a row. Timberwolves have 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Motion another receiver to the far side, and another false start on the Timberwolves will set them back a first, and another 5-yard penalty sets them back 1st and 15 from their own 10-yard line.
As we'll have a score update at Lake Creek. Lake Creek is losing right now 0-7 to St. Thomas Catholic, as they started off slow last week, losing, hopefully trying to gain more momentum going into district.
District rival now, even though it's their first year. Lake Creek starting the year off slow last week after a loss versus Brenham, as the handoff to running back Anderson is met in the backfield by Mason Winchell, brought down at the 6-yard line. Will be a gain of 1, a 2nd and 14 now for the Timberwolves.
Great job by Mason Winchell attacking that outside shoulder, making him cut in, which actually made him slip. But it will be Mason Winchell on the tackle, which would bring him back to the 6-yard line, as it'll be about 2nd and 20.
It is a 2nd and 20 from the 6-yard line here, and Mason Winchell being all over the field today with his 3rd tackle of the day and 2nd tackle for loss. And now Timberwolves with 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. DeStovel hands the ball off to running back Anderson, and Anderson just clobbered up at the line again. Jonathan Hernandez and Cash Barnwell getting in the backfield. A loss of 2 yards sets up a 3rd and 21.
Beaumont United just not finding anything on the offensive side, especially the run game. Maybe they'll look for a pass here with 3rd and long.
A 3rd and very long puts the Timberwolves in punt alert, as they might try to air one downfield here or just run the ball to run the ball to get them maybe a couple yards to give the punter some confidence, as he's going to have only 5 yards to work with here, punting from his own end zone. DeStovel steps back and tosses it out to Anderson. Anderson tries to get it outside of Winchell, breaks 2 tackles, gets up to the 10 before he's pushed out of bounds by Zane Newby at the 11-yard line.
Great job, as Caden was saying, giving the punter a little bit more room to punt, is giving him more confidence, especially with this weather. The snap just the snap is definitely going to be difficult today.
A 4th and 13 from the Timberwolves' own 11-yard line, and that's going to send out the punt group again. Punting again for the Timberwolves is number 3, Tayton Calhoun, and PNG sends 2 guys back deep to return, Seth Brisboe and London Nunley. A fair catch by London Nunley at the 33-yard line gives PNG another drive with great field position inside the 40-yard line. We'll see if they can't put up 6 here. Out comes PNG offense. 3 receivers on the field, all to the near side. Bailey gets the snap, steps back, looks in the middle of the field for Diaz. Diaz gets the catch of the 15, the 5, inside the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Diaz with a 33-yard touchdown gives PNG another 6 on the first play of the 3rd drive.
As we were talking about earlier, that run game, establishing the run game will open up the pass game, and that's exactly what we saw there with Chris Diaz's touchdown.
Connor Bailey just threading the needle right there to Chris Diaz with breakaway speed there, getting way past the defensive back and putting up another 6 for the Indians. 20-0 now as Fernando De Leon is on the field, and the holder is Travis Cobb. Snapping is Cale Cropper. The snap by Cropper is good, the hold is good, and the kick is good. PNG goes up 21-0 with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Villamil on to kick for the Indians, kicks it back deep and caught by Anderson at the 6-yard line. A little mess up right there by the returners leads to Dane Stewart absolutely blowing him up at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves.
as the Timberwolves make their way onto the field. Definitely trying to find some success here to start off. As in the first quarter, I don't believe they've gotten a first down yet, as it's just been a domination by PNG.
The Timberwolves offense has got 9 plays on offense, and none of them have resulted in a first down. So amazing job by the PNG defense carrying that momentum into week 2 here. Now 46 seconds and a new set of downs to see if the Timberwolves can't end off the first quarter right. One running back on both sides of the quarterback, and 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. High snap right over the quarterback's head. Looks like their running back Anderson jumps on top of it at the 6-yard line. That's a loss of 10 yards, sets up a 2nd and 20 from the Timberwolves 6.
As this PNG defense is just dominating the Beaumont United. And it'll be 2nd and 20 from about the 7-yard line.
The over snap did set up a 2nd and 20, but the Timberwolves just let the clock run out to 0. That's the end of the first quarter here. PNG leads 21-0 at Doggett Family Stadium in Beaumont, Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beaumont Independent School District Lecture 9 unit at the voter approval concentrate election coming up on November the 5th. For more information, you can check the DISD website, disd.com/ca.3 to stay informed. There will be public meetings coming up in Westbrook High School. That'll be this Monday, September the 9th, at the Performing Arts Center starting at 6 o'clock. For more information on voter approval concentrate election.
And we'll send you down to the field to Marquis Gasson.
Hey, sports fans, I am here with.
Ivito,
And what grade are you in?
11th.
So, who is your favorite player on the field and why?
It has to be my man, number 14, Dawson Goodry. He's just a great all-around guy. He's a great holder and a great team player.
All right, back to you, Caden.
Thank you, Marquis and Kane Pivito, an absolute character out there for the PNG student section. Great guy to have out there to keep the guys alive in this rainy weather. It's good that we're watching a PNG football game because it feels sad out here, just the clouds and the rain. But PNG winning 21-0 does make me a very happy guy.
Yes, Caden, as PNG student section's having something to talk about over there.
A 2nd and about 20 from the Timberwolves 7-yard line as they flip sides of field here. And 1 running back to both sides. Desitel steps back and looks downfield for Henry and overthrown. Pass intended for number 7, Joshua Johnson. Seth Brisboe right there almost to make the pick, but probably a better idea just to let it land. And now set up a 3rd and 20 again from the 12-yard line.
PNG's defense looking to get it inside the 50 again, setting him up with great field position with 11 minutes, 55 seconds left in the second quarter.
Number 23, Christopher Norman checks off, and on goes another receiver, number 6, Javarius Phoenix. Like we said, a complex, I guess you could say, look as the Timberwolves like to send out one of their players and take out one of their guys every time just to relay a play. But there's a hold-up on the field, might be a flag. They're going to call a false start and set them back 5 yards, which will be a 3rd and about 25 from the 7-yard line.
As Caden was talking about, I've never seen them relay the play that way, as we'll move them back another 5 yards.
3rd and 25 from the 2-yard line. The Timberwolves backed up inside of their own 5. PNG might send some pressure here to try to get a safety, the first safety of the year. First safety in a long time. I don't know if we had one last year.
I don't believe so.
Here it goes. 3 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far. Johnson, the running back, in front of Desitel. Desitel steps back, no pressure, throws it out to Johnson, Johnson with the catch at the 7-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds by Zane Newby. A gain of 5 sets up a 4th and 20 now from the Timberwolves 7.
Great protection by Beaumont United's offensive line, leading to a completed pass for about 5 yards, but it will lead to a punt.
Another 3 plays means another 3 and out for the Timberwolves. And here comes the Timberwolves punt group on to punt again. Number 3, Tayton Calhoun. And PNG sends out the 2 returners, this time Seth Brisboe and Vincent Cormier. Good punt right here by Calhoun, caught by Cormier at the 40. Cormier makes a guy miss before he's brought down at the 36. PNG gets another 1st and 10 inside their own 40 and a new set of downs with 11 minutes left in the second quarter.
Take over your first down at the United 38.
Excuse us, 17 is the freshman receiver. Jude Golke got brought up this game. A lot of hype around him in the halls at PNG as his first game on varsity, but here Bailey hands it off to Chatanier. Chatanier jumping over a guy in the backfield with a 1st down for the Indians. Like a ref tripped up right there and got brought down last week. Tight end Case Thurston. I guess you could say blocked the wrong guy and pancaked the ref. Just looked like deja vu watching that ref fall. But a 1st down for the Indians sets up new set of downs at the 27-yard line. One receiver to the near side, one to the far. Bailey gets the snap and hands it off to Henry. Henry hit at the knees and brought down after a gain of 2, or they'll call it a 2nd and 9 from the 26-yard line.
As PNG once again inching themselves closer to another 7 with 10 minutes, 22 seconds left in the second quarter.
Same 2 receivers, London Nunley to the near side and Jace Neeb to the far. The quarterback Bailey and running back Henry behind him in the pistol. Bailey gets the snap and hands it off to Henry. Henry gets outside the tackles, try to put down a stiff arm before he's caught by number 90. That's Prentice Grant.
As PNG, we haven't seen a lot of the 3 wide receivers set, as it's most of the time just London Nunley on this side and Jace Neeb on the far side.
3rd and 7 now for the Indians. It's going to be the same group of people on the field except for Nunley and Jace Neeb will switch. And Matute will be attached to Christian's left. And Williams will also be a tight end to Wolford's right. Bailey moves back Henry. Gets the snap. Hands it off to Henry. Henry gets out to the left side. Tries to cut it back inside of the tackle before he's brought down at the 19. They'll say just 1 yard, 2 yards short of the 1st down. A 4th and 2 now for the Indians.
As they'll bring out Blair Chatanier to get those 2 yards, it appears.
Running back Blair Chatanier and fullback Chase Metz come in for running back Tyson Henry and receiver Jace Neeb. A lot of success with the 1 receiver set, just letting Blair Chatanier take it right up the middle. The I formation, 1 tight end attached to Wolford and the fullback Metz to the right side. Bailey gets the snap and hands off Chatanier, and that's a guaranteed 6 yards right there for PNG. Another 1st down from the 13.
Great job by PNG's offensive line, just dominating the defensive line of Beaumont United for that 6-yard gain.
6-yard gain, a new set of downs. It's 1st and 10 now from the 13 as Metz comes back off the field and Neeb comes on. Both the receivers, Neeb and Nunley, to the near side and nobody to the far. But fullback Layden Williams right behind Bailey and Blair Chatanier, the running back in the I formation. Bailey gets the snap, play action, looks downfield, has a guy open, and overthrows Williams around the 2-yard line. An incompletion, and sets up a new 2nd and 10 for the Indians.
Good play called there as they ran the I formation just the play before with a run with Blair Chatanier running the same formation with a rollout pass just missed Layden Williams.
Definitely a great draw up by a new offensive coordinator. Coach Jizzy has done a great job after putting up a whole bunch of points last week and starting off the first half strong, already putting 21 up, and we're not even halfway done with the second quarter. One receiver to the near side, one to the far. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off Chatanier. Chatanier met in the backfield. No gain, met at the line of scrimmage. A 3rd and 10 now for the Indians. A great job by number 33, Christopher Norman, and number 45, Jeremiah Stevens, for getting in the backfield and holding P&G to their first gain of none since the second drive of the game. 3 receivers on the field, Golke and Nunley to the far side, and Neeb to the near. Again, the guy to look out for is freshman receiver Jude Golke in the slot here for the Indians. Bailey steps back, looks to the middle of the field for Golke in the end zone, and they'll call the pass interference around the 1. Look like it'll be an automatic first down, and a great job right there by Bailey doing his best to place that ball, but just Golke being held by the pad a little bit. They'll call the pass interference on him.
That's definitely as with the 3rd and 10, expecting the pass. Great job by Beaumont United with the coverage. Just got that pass interference as they'll send out the heavy set to punch it in.
P&G sends on the heavy sets, although Beaumont United will send in one of the D linemen of their own, number 94, Elijah Berkeley. It's like P&G setting up for the tush push here. It's going to be Metz and Williams behind Bailey. Bailey gets the snap, pushed into the, they're going to, looks like he's in the end zone. That should be enough. Say touchdown Indians. That's Connor Bailey with the 3-yard QB sneak, so to say, more of a tush push. But nonetheless, 6 for the Indians, and they go up 27-0.
You don't see the 3-yard tush push, but with this offensive line, it's definitely capable of doing it, as we saw.
Capabilities get expanded every year with as the bigger and bigger the O-line gets. Kel Cropper on to snap again for the Indians. The holder, Travis Cobb, and Fernando De Leon to kick. Cropper's snap is good. Cobb's hold is good, and Fernando De Leon's kick is right down the middle. Another one after for the Indians. Now has them 28-0 over Beaumont United here at Doggett Family Stadium in Beaumont, Texas.
Number 67, Johan Wilhelmil, the kickoff for B&G.
Out comes P&G's kicking group. It's going to be Johan Viamil on to kick for the Indians, and back deep for the Timberwolves is number 1, Darian Anderson. Johan's kick is going to land at the 20, rolled and picked up at the 10. He's just going to have to jump on top of it. Timberwolves get the ball inside of their own 15-yard line again. Not great field position, but they're going to try to do the most with it that they can.
14-yard line. United starts the drive. 1st and 10.
And before we go up, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Golf Car Connections, Cascade Vibration Solutions, Leo Weeks Photography, Complete Athlete, Farmers Insurance James Carpenter Agency, Maria's Diner, F. Mill Masonry, and Blue Wave Car Wash. Thank you all for your contributions, and we appreciate all of your support. DeStovall gets it out to the receiver, Johnson, on the screen pass. The biggest gain goes off a screen pass. It'll be a gain of about 6. 2nd and 4 now for the Timberwolves.
Looked like it was a low snap. Great job making up for it with the gain of 6 yards.
A good job right there by Johnson, just being able to weave in and out of the corners. Newby and it looked like Brisboe over there. A little bit of a hold up on the field. They'll call a. Looks like the referees were about to say a timeout on Beaumont United, but no timeout called. 4 receivers on the field, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far. The running back, Darian Anderson, to DeStovall's left. DeStovall gets a snap on the read option and hands it off to Anderson, and Anderson just clobbled up by Blake Tucker and Jonathan Hernandez right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
As Beaumont United tries to get their first down here with 3rd and short, about 3rd and 3 from the 21-yard line.
Excuse me, that's Blake Tucker and Mervin Henry on the stop for the Indians. A 3rd and 3 now for the Timberwolves from their own 21-yard line. The same set here for the Timberwolves. Running back still is Darian Anderson to DeStovall's left. Looks like the Timberwolves are going to jump to set him back 5. Probably the best 3rd down field positioning they've had today. And the false start's going to set him back for a 3rd and 8 at the 16-yard line.
As I believe that is about their 5th or 6th false start. Definitely a reason why they cannot move the ball down the field in this game.
A lot of penalties. PNG taking advantage of them on both sides of the ball. Now again, 3rd and 8 from the 16. PNG will send in Winchell to show blitz here on the 3rd down. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. DeStovall steps back. A lot of pressure, has to get it out. And the catch by Ashton Henry at the 34-yard line breaks McLeod's tackle. Stiff arms Malvo, gets up to the 45-yard line and steps up at the 47. 1st down, Timberwolves.
Great job, as there will be a flag on the play. Great play by Beaumont United, finally getting a momentum changer as finally finding some life in this offense.
"26-yard gain right there by the Timberwolves offense, but there is a flag on the play. Looks like there was a little unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. We'll see what the official call is. Looks like the refs are talking it over, but no real decision yet. They'll call a block in the back on the Timberwolves offense. Didn't really feel like the right call, but whatever the refs say goes. So it's going to be a loss or a setback of 5 yards after the 26-yard gain. Set to a 21-yard gain, a new set of downs at the 36-yard line. Timberwolves looking for the first time to get past their own field of play at the 50, but a high snap to DeStovall does good. At recovering it, throws it out to Henry and way overthrown out of bounds. It's going to be a 2nd and 10. High snap, but a good job by DeStovall doing his best to keep it here, but nowhere to go.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. As Caden was talking about, Beaumont United trying to get past the 50-yard line, really, with 4 minutes, 47 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter.
Beaumont United, definitely a strong performance last week, beating a healthy team of Bel Air, and definitely not a bad team at all. Top 100 in Texas, so definitely a competitive team, and they got the win. So looking to keep that going here, just haven't been able to get it in the first half. to Stovall with some great pressure from Jackson, Winfrey, and Blake Tucker. Has to throw it away again, and another 3rd and 10 for the Timberwolves. Definitely some added on pressure by the PNG defense. Getting late into the second quarter as Timberwolves made some strides getting downfield, but after the first down, being able to slow it down here. And now a 3rd and 10 for the Timberwolves. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, and Johnson, the running back, to the Stovall's left. The screen to Johnson, tipped away by Winfrey and almost picked off by Winfrey as well. Sets out a 4th down now for the Timberwolves, and they'll send out the punt group again.
Great job by PNG on these last 3 plays, getting to the quarterback, making him have to hustle to get the ball out.
The punter for the Timberwolves, again, number 3, Tayton Calhoun, and back deep for the Indians, Seth Brisboe and Jude Golke. Low snap by the Timberwolves. Calhoun doing his best to get it away as quick as possible. Brisboe muffs the return, but Golke does his best to get on top of it at the 26. 1st down and 10, and about the worst field position PNG's had of the day, but there is a flag on the field. On the field, looks like a sideline infraction as people were on the field early for the Timberwolves. We'll see what they say.
As they'll wave off the penalty here, and PNG will start their drive at the 26-yard line.
And before PNG comes out, we'll like to send it to Marquis Gasson.
Hey, sports fans, I'm here with
senior co-head cheerleader Jalen Seha.
So Jalen, what is it like being a co-head cheerleader for PNG?
It's really fun being able to lead a team with the other best co-head cheerleader, Riley Goche, and we really do bond together and make good friendships, and I can't wait to do this one last time with Riley.
Thank you, Jalen, and happy birthday.
Thank you, Marquis. And a incompletion on the pass intended for London Nunley on the last play. Now a 2nd and 10 from PNG's 26.
There'll be 4 minutes, 26 seconds left here in the second quarter as PNG will look to just ice this clock out, going to halftime up.
Bailey looks to the side for the play after the fake snap. Nobody jumped, though. 1 receiver to the near side is London Nunley, and Jace Neve, the receiver, to the far. Bailey gets a snap, hands it off Chatanier. Chatanier breaks a tackle in the backfield, gets outside the receiver, Nunley, and gets tripped up around the 39. Should be enough for a 1st down, but there might be a holding call on Nunley.
Questionable call there as London Nunley had great hustle on that play.
Nunley just getting out of the shoulders a little bit of the cornerback and brought the guy to the ground. More of a pancake look, but they'll call it a holding call. Sets him back 10 and a 2nd and 20 from the 16-yard line.
As this will be the worst look PNG's had all day.
Looks like they wave off the flag, so no holding call, just a replay of 2nd down. Interesting call there, as PNG could have got the 1st down, but maybe look for the same play here for the Indians. They'll change the set. 1 receiver to the near side, 1 to the far, but the fullback now. And Bailey still hands it off Chatanier, but Chatanier met in the backfield this time. Only a gain of maybe 1. It'll be a 3rd and about 9 for the Indians at the 27-yard line now.
Great job by number 55, Edward Taylor Jr., shedding off the block, getting a tackle in the backfield.
Bailey relaying the play to the O-line now. Now 3 receivers to the near side. Golke and Nunley stacked up to the near side, and Neeb, the lone receiver, to the far. Bailey motions out Nunley, steps back, left side of the field now, has Nunley open around the 40, makes a guy miss, and is brought down eventually at the 37. Looks like he should have enough for Indians first down.
As that's their connection there with Connor Bailey and London Nunley on that sideline. They like that comeback route. Just a great connection by London and Connor. Definitely building from last year into this year.
Looks like there's a official timeout on the field.
Number 55, Edward Taylor Jr.
And back out comes the Indians offense. Two receivers now on the field, one to the near, one to the far. The fullback, Chase Metz, right next to Wolford's right, and the running back Tyson Henry behind Bailey. Bailey gets a snap, hands it off to Henry on the stretch. Henry gets back inside of the tackles. He breaks a tackle and gets up to the 48-yard line. Looks like that will be enough for Indians first down.
Great job by Tyson Henry slipping off the tackles there for a gain of 10 yards. Will be a first down from their 48-yard line.
Tyson Henry, a little shaky start in the first quarter, but getting here late in the second quarter with 2 minutes 45 seconds and having a great run for Indians first down. Indians in the I formation now, one receiver to the near side, one to the far. Bailey gets the snap. Play action, looks downfield for Thurston, met in the backfield, and he will be brought down around the 35. The first sack of the year led up by the PNG O-line. Sets them back about a good 10 yards right there, a 2nd and 20 for the Indians.
Yeah, Kay, you don't see that much here from the PNG offensive line, especially when there's two people getting to Connor Bailey, Connor not having enough time to even get the ball out. Great job by Beaumont United to get to him.
Two receivers to the near side now, one to the far. Bailey steps back, has some time, checks it down to Jamon, and Jamon misses the catch on the screen. Slips right out of his hands now, a 3rd and 20 for the Indians.
As if Jamon would have caught that, he had number 64, Brayson Lofton. Could have kicked that guy out and definitely had a lot of green grass in front of him.
Definitely a first down able play right there before the drop. Looks like Golke will check off the field, and looks like Neeb will be checked on. Thurston, the tight end, to Wolford's left, and Metz, the fullback, right behind Reeves. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Henry. Henry right up the middle, has some room, gets outside the safety, makes the corner miss. He's still up. He gets to the 40-yard line. A big run by Tyson Henry and a first down, Indians.
Huge run by Tyson Henry. It was about a 35-yard run to get to the first down. As Coach Joseph, a lot of trust there in Tyson Henry with the 3rd and long, running it up the middle. Tyson Henry doing a great job spinning off of tackles to get the first down at about the 38-yard line.
25-yard run by Tyson Henry gets PNG a new set of downs, just fighting for every yard right there. Henry did a great job, and as you might have saw Jackson Christian all up over him, slapping him in the head after the run. A great run right there by Tyson Henry. Bailey looks downfield for Golke. Golke goes out and gets the catch of the 15-yard line. A huge pass right there by Connor Bailey, and a great grab by Golke gets PNG another first down.
Great job by freshman Jude Golke there to stay inbounds.
First freshman on varsity in just about years for the Indians, probably since, I don't know, maybe even his uncle, Jude Golke, making a great grab right there for an Indian first down. Now inside the red zone, let's see what Connor Bailey and the Indians offense can do. Two receivers to the near side, none to the far. Bailey looks downfield into the end zone for Nunley. Touchdown, Indians. London Nunley, a great grab. Gives PNG another 6 inside the 30s now. 34-0. PNG leads it with 1:30 left in the second quarter.
Perfect throw by Connor Bailey, as they'll call roughing the passer, it seems.
A 15-yard touchdown and a perfectly placed ball. They will call a roughing the passer, but PNG will decline it and send out their kick group for the point after.
I want to talk about that catch by Jude Golke as he was walking off the field. There to meet him was Jackson Christian to give him a big old hug. Just a great life on the team.
Definitely nice whenever you have something that big to look forward to in the game. It's definitely a sought-after moment, seeing the freshman get his first varsity catch, and a great one right there as PNG does send out their kick group. This time it'll be Johan Villamil on to kick the point after.
It looks like PNG is missing a lineman out there. They'll try to check somebody on as quick as they can.
PNG does end up getting their guy on the field. That's number 25, Caden Naquin, or it looks like number 28, Bryce Fontenot, getting out there to be the end guy on the PAT. Like the kick by Johans right down the middle, and another one for the point after. It's 35-0. PNG leads it here at Doggett Stadium in Beaumont, Texas.
Roughing the passer penalty is being enforced on the kickoff. So PNG will kick from the United 45-yard line.
PNG gets 15 on the kickoff here after the roughing the passer penalty. It's going to be Fernando De Leon on to kick it off for the Indians. A high kick caught at the 7-yard line by Ashton Henry. Met in the backfield, though. He's going nowhere. That's Davis Freeman there to make the tackle for the Indians. Maybe a gain of 2 on the return for the Indians. A first and 10 from the 10-yard line. And again, not great field position inside the 15 again for the Timberwolves.
Forward progress is marked at the 10-yard line. First down, United.
With 1 minute and 26 seconds left to go, the Timberwolves make their way onto the field, and we encourage you at halftime, don't go anywhere, as PNG will be the first band to go here at halftime, as we are on the road at Beaumont United. And, you know, instead of going use a restroom or anything, you know, stay there. Watch the Indian band do their thing, the Purple Pride band. And DeStovall makes the pass out to Henry. Henry on the stop gets up to the 8-yard line. Tackle made by Seth Brisboe and Jackson Doyle.
As they only have about 1:13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Not a lot of time to make it all the way down and score. We'll see what Beaumont United does.
the Timberwolves definitely going to have to pick up the tempo here with under a minute now, 55 seconds left to go. DeStovall hands it off to the running back, Johnson, and Johnson gets carried up to around the 29-yard line. They'll call it the 28 and a first down for the Timberwolves.
Great job sticking his foot into the ground, getting that about a 7-yard gain will be enough for a first down.
Darian Anderson on the run for the Timberwolves. First and 10, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. DeStovall steps back, looks over the middle, and a almost interception right there by Ryder McLeod. Good pass break up there, though, by him. Pass intended for number 7, Joshua Johnson.
Great job as he had a tight window to throw it, just missed him, as it'll be a 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line.
Definitely a good placed ball right there by DeStovall, maybe just a little bit late as McLeod was there to meet him and get the stop on second down. First down, 3 receivers again to the near, 1 to the far. The running back, Darian Anderson, to DeStovall's left. He'll move to the near side, and they'll throw it out to him on the pop pass. He looks downfield for a double pass now. He has a guy open, just overthrown it a little bit out of bounds. A good draw up right there whenever you need a lot of yards. But they'll call it a 3rd and 10 after the no gain from the same spot at their own 28-yard line.
Well, it's definitely a great draw up there with only 30 seconds left, from their own 28-yard line. Looking for that big play as they almost had it, just a little overthrown.
Third down again from the same 28-yard line. 3 receivers move to the far side this time and only 1 to the near. DeStovall gets the pass, steps out, quick pass for Henry. Henry hit by Gino and makes him miss and makes Winchell miss as well. He's still up, but now Mason Winchell there to push him out of bounds before the referee calls it a tackle with so many people around him. It'll just be a gain of 1, a 2nd and 9 from the 29-yard line. And the clock runs down to 0. And at the end of the second quarter, P&G leads 35-0. But don't go anywhere. We have halftime coming up. And before halftime, we'll send it down to the field to Marquis Gasson.
Hey, sports fans, we're here down on the sideline. We just had a 35-0. Purple and your Indians and Whirlers lead you in halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we direct your attention to the south end zone, 30-yard line. Beaumont United High School would like to recognize our Superstar Science Department. And congratulations on being named the Department of the Week. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication to our Timberwolves. Always remember, we are BU. Thank you. Beaumont High School, Superstar Science Department.
In the words of legendary announcer Mr. Tip Durham, bonsoir mes amis, les bon temps roulé. It is with particular pleasure and profound pride I present to you the Purple Pride of Fort Neches Groves, the Indian Band and Indianettes, 2024-2025. Performing groups are under the field direction of drum majors Kaylin Foster, Kale Nunley, Josie Simmons, Abigail Walker. Please direct your attention to the field as the Indian twirlers perform their routine to Brown Eyed Girl. Durham. Mary Jordan. Addison Madison. Addison McBride. J.D. Richard. Pete Stifford. Mia Tani. Bella Weeks. Riley West. Indiana's now taking the field. 2024-2025 Indiana officers from left to right are Lieutenant Lisa Richards, Lieutenant Bailey Falcon, Lieutenant Samantha Simon, Captain Travis Salvo, Lieutenant Emily Brand, Lieutenant James Blaylock, Lieutenant Kinsley Hines. The Indianettes will now perform a routine to Rock You Like a Hurricane.
performing center field as the dynamic step majorettes. Under the direction of Brittany Guillory, the majorettes will perform to Scream. Give it up for the DSM. All right, now majors, let's bring this show home with chop style. The band, The band would like to thank their dedicated parent volunteers, community partners, and the fabulous principal, Tamara Wong, for their continued support of our students.
Okay, ready to see demo mode on? So there's a thank you menu, and then
Second quarter, Westbrook 7, Lumberton 7. In the second quarter, Port Arthur Memorial 6, Houston Legacy 2. Halftime, West Orange Stark 7, Nederland nothing. Halftime, Vider 14, Santa Fe 7. Second quarter, Jasper 13, approval tax rate election. First meeting will be this Monday, September 9th at the Westbrook Performing Arts Center at 10 o'clock. The meeting will be held at Beaumont United on Monday, September the 16th. For all meeting dates and more information, you can visit BISD.com community meeting. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the 14 Timberwolves Indians. The Beaumont United Timberwolves. B&G has the option to start the second half and will be receiving. United to kick off. Kicking for United, number 20, Leo Castro.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the second half here at Doggett Family Stadium in Beaumont, Texas. P&G, a great first half defensively and offensively, 35-0. Holding down the Timberwolves offense to 0 has gave P&G the comfortability of letting some of the backups and maybe even third strings this quarter to get in the game and do their thing. A big part of the first half was Beaumont United only getting one first down, so P&G having the chance to score 35 points in the first half definitely came off the defensive play.
Most definitely, we'll be able to see what the backups are capable of if someone like one of the starters does go down during the season.
On to kick for the Timberwolves is number 20 now, Gallo Castro. And back deep for the Indians is Chris Diaz and Tyson Henry. Castro's kick gets caught by Tyson Henry, or Tyson Henry lets it go over his head and rolls into the end zone for a touchback. And P&G starts it here at the 20-yard line. And out comes Connor Bailey in the offense. Another one, 35 points. Highlight looking into the second half has to be freshman Jude Golke. Only one big catch on the sideline closest to us. But heading late into the game, they're definitely going to look to get him his first touchdown of his varsity career.
Most definitely, and they'll also see backup running backs Abel Jamon and Tyson Henry get a workload here in the second half with them being up 35-0.
The ones going on to the field to start it off. Regular O-line, Mikey Wood, Brayson Lofton, Jackson Christian on the left side, and the right guard, Parker Ferris with right tackle Aaron Wolford, tight end Jada Matute to Wolford's right. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off to Shatanya. Shatanya up the middle, bounces off the guard, and gets brought down eventually at the 27-yard line. A lot of time up, but only a 2-yard gain.
Shatanya trying to find something there, just wasn't anything, as it'll be a gain of 2 yards here at the 28-yard line.
2nd and 8 now for the Indians. The same group on the field. One receiver to the near side is London Nunley, and the one to the far is Jace Neeb. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off Shatanya. Shatanya up the middle, gets outside of Christian, has a lot of room, makes a guy miss. Stiff arms the guy who gets brought down by his ankles after a first down, Indians.
Great job by Shatanya, knowing where the first down marker is, getting there and moving the chains. As it looks like Blair Shatanya will check off, and it will be Abel Jamon checks in for running back.
Abel Jamon, the running back in the game now for the Indians. The receivers stay the same, both one side, one to the near and one to the far. The tight end still Matutes to the Wolford's right, and the fullback Layden Williams behind Ferris. PNG with the counter handoff. Met right at the line of scrimmage by the Timberwolves defensive line. Tackle made by number 90, Prentice Grant, and number 94, Elijah Berkeley.
As it will be a 2-yard gain. Hit about their own 40-yard line, 2nd and 8.
Same formation, one tight end to the right and one tight end to the left. PNG, hard count, get a guy to jump, but they won't call it. Throws it downfield for Neeb. Looks like they try to get the offsides, but they didn't end up calling it. Again, maybe a little lenient heading into the third quarter up a big, but PNG still looking for that penalty for 5 yards.
Yeah, it just looks like a wonky play there, as if no one but Connor Bailey, wide receiver in the corner, were in that play right there.
Three receivers on the field now is all three to the near side. Closest to us, Neeb, Diaz, and Nunley. Bailey, fake, snap, nobody jumps, looks at the sideline for the play, relays it. Looks to his left to Jamon. Gets the snap, steps back, left side of the field, has to roll out of the pocket with pressure. He gets brought down in the backfield. That's going to be a sack and a loss of 10 for the Indians. 4th and 13 now, as they're going to have to send out their punt group for the first time of the night.
Great job getting that outside and chasing down Connor Bailey for the sack. Skaten was saying it's the first time the punt group will make their way onto the field.
In the first action from our punt group, it's going to be the punter London Nunley. And back deep for the Timberwolves is number 5, Ashton Henry, and number 11, Jonas Badger. The long snapper for the Indians, Kel Cropper. Good snap by Cropper. The punt by Nunley is low and gets out of bounds at the 45-yard line. The best field position to start off the day for the Timberwolves. See if they can build off it to start the second half.
It's definitely BU looking to have some life here in the offense. Down 35-0, just looking to move the ball down the field, maybe get a couple maybe a touchdown, at least get a field goal.
And before the Timberwolves make their way onto the field, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Golf Car Connections, Cascade Vibration Solutions, Leo Weeks Photography, Complete Athlete, Farmers Insurance, James Carpenter Agency, Maria's Diner, F. Mill Masonry, and Blue Wave Car Wash. Thank you all for everything you do for us, and we appreciate you for everything. Quarterback again for the Timberwolves, number 10, Rafael DeSoto. Dosatel sends it out to a pass overthrown intended for Tayton Calhoun. Sets up another 2nd and 10 for the Timberwolves.
Could have been the Timberwolves' second first down of the game as it's just overthrown. Will be 2nd and 10 here from their own 45-yard line.
2nd down from the same spot here for the Timberwolves. 2nd and 10. Dosatel gets the play from the coach. And again, we see the ones on the defense too, except for we'll have Kale Cropper and Blake Tucker out there on the defensive line, but everybody else stays the same. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. The running back, Anderson. Read option. DeSoto takes it himself, gets to the outside around the 50 before he's hit and brought down by Ryder McLeod. A gain of 5 sets up a 3rd and 5 for the Timberwolves.
Great play by the Timberwolves as they ran that read option twice before handing off to the running back, but quarterback deciding to keep it for a gain of 5 yards.
Good decision right there by Dosatel, taking the ball himself on the read option and getting a good 5 for the Timberwolves. If they stay here in this range, they'll probably go for it again and be aggressive here in the second half. Definitely inside 5 yards. Let's see what they can do here on the 3rd down. Dosatel steps back, throws it to the outside to Calhoun. Calhoun gets the catch and is brought down eventually at the 40 by Dallas Frederick, but that's not enough before a Timberwolf first down.
Great job by Calhoun as that ball wasn't placed very well. Great effort to reach behind him to grab the first down. This will be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
Good job right there by PNG's left side or right side of the defense. Dallas Frederick, Jackson Doyle, and Seth Brisboe all there to make the tackle. A 1st and 10, now the second time the Timberwolves have gotten a first down on the night. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Dosatel looks down over the middle to Henry. Henry gets the catch at the 25, another first down. He stays up and breaks a couple tackles. They'll push him ahead to around the 23 now, another first down for the Timberwolves. Marching down the field slowly but surely. Actually kind of quick here with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left on the play clock. See if Beaumont United can't get 6 of their own.
Yes, Caitlin, Timberwolves finally finding some life here in their offense as they will be in field goal range, looking to put up some points.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Dosatel gets the play from the coach. Again, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Dosatel steps back, throws the screen to Calhoun. Calhoun makes a guy miss and is thrown out of bounds on the near side by Ryder McLeod. Timberwolves tacking on yards and yards as the 2nd and 5 now at the PNG 19 inside the red zone here.
Calhoun looking very good on the wide receiver screen, sticking his foot in the ground, getting those 5 yards. That's exactly what you want with that wide receiver screen. Get that 5 yards, get 2nd and 5, and you have room to work with. You can either run the ball or also pass the ball.
Second and 5 for the Indians here, or 2nd and 5 for the Timberwolves here, as they switch receivers, all 3 to the near side and 1 to the far. The running back now, number 8, Deshaun Hope. Looks like they're going to call a timeout for the Timberwolves. Second and 5 now for the Timberwolves. Dosatel looks into the end zone. Pass intended for Johnson on the front left pylon, but pass just a little bit overthrown. Sets up a 3rd and 5 now for the Timberwolves. Still inside the red zone. They still have a good chance to get that first down and score 6.
Great job by the Timberwolves coaches calling that timeout and drawing up a great play, just not executed. Yeah, Johnson wide open on the corner route, just barely overthrown. Could have put the Timberwolves up.
Third and 5 after the big incomplete pass. Dossatil, quick pass to the right side, pass caught by Calhoun. Calhoun makes a guy miss, makes another guy miss, and he's going to dive in for the touchdown. Timberwolves, Beaumont United gets their first 6. A great drive right there, and it ends in a pass touchdown completed to Javarius Phoenix.
Great job by Calhoun, as he was the life of that drive right there with the wide receiver screen, setting him up inside about the 25-yard line, and then getting into the end zone, finding themselves some points here with 6 minutes, 27 seconds left in the third quarter.
Excuse me, yeah, Tatum Calhoun on the touchdown right there for the Timberwolves. 4 catches, all above 10 yards, and the last one ending up in a Timberwolves touchdown, 35-6 now. The kicker, number 20, Gallo Castro, on to kick the point after, and it's good. Beaumont United scores 7, 35-7 now here at Doggett Family Stadium in Beaumont, Texas. Castro on to kick it off for the Timberwolves. Back deep for the Indians is Chris Diaz and Tyson Henry. Tyson Henry lets it roll back for the touchback. And here comes Connor Bailey and company for the offense. No score on the first drive, the first punt of the night, sending the starters back out there. Definitely looking to put 7 and even more and ice this game late.
Most definitely, they're just looking down to go score and do the same thing they did in the first half. I mean, obviously it worked, with scoring 35 points, mostly from the rushing game, but also complementing the passing game.
This is definitely a time where something good or bad can happen. PNG could definitely stop and just let, cruise control to the end of the game, or they can keep on going and put the Timberwolves to bed here. A handoff to Blair Chatanier right up the middle, gets up to the 30-yard line, a gain of 5, 2nd and 5 now.
Most definitely, Caden, is PNG last year when they had these big leads, they did a great job with the backup running backs, Abel Jaman, going in and just chewing the clock and icing the game.
Definitely a lot of runs inside of the tackles. Jackson Christian and Aaron Wolford kicking both the tackles out a lot and letting the running backs run inside of them definitely shows the faith that they have in the O-line. Chatanier gets the snap right up the middle again, goes right behind the guard this time, Parker Ferris, in a big 10-yard run up to the 40-yard line, first down Indians.
You'll see a lot of this in the first half, just run, run, run.
PNG definitely trying to score, but not going to try to pass the ball a lot to where they have to get as many scores as they can. Definitely just trying to keep the Beaumont United offense off the field to show no threat, but pull away as much as possible in that time. Bailey gets the snap, hands it off Chatanier. Chatanier behind the guards again, has some room up the middle, but brought down at the 50-yard line, but not enough and before a Indians first down.
Great kick out block by Layden Williams, as Chatanier was able to run right off his back for the first down.
The tackle made on the third level by number 14, Delvin McDonald.
As there's 4 minutes, 50 seconds left here, and the clock will run down.
One receiver to the near side, one to the far. Bailey gets the snap and hands it off to Henry this time. Henry met in the backfield. That's a loss of 2, tackle for loss made by Jacobs Kennebrew.
Looks like maybe some miscommunication there up front by the PNG offensive line as Jackson Christian talks to him, telling him that next play will be even than the last.
Definitely a great leader, Jackson Christian, on the mental and definitely physical side for the Indians, showing junior Bryson Lofton what should have happened right there. Just a little miscommunication, nothing that we can't fix here. A 2nd and 11 now in the I formation. Bailey gets the snap, play action, looks at the center of the field for Nunley. Nunley overthrown just a little bit, is going to set up a 3rd and 11 from the Timberwolves 49-yard line.
Here with 3rd and 11, we could see the run, as Coach Joseph does like to do a surprise run, and it usually does work. As last time Tyson's big run for 25 yards was on a 3rd and long.
Not a lot of third downs tonight, but here is one of them. 2 to the near side, 1 to the far. The running back again, Tyson Henry. Bailey gets the snap, steps back this time, middle to roll out of the pocket with some pressure. Looks downfield, makes a guy miss in the backfield, tries to just get it away to Neeb. Neeb makes the catch at the 43, but not enough. It's going to be about a 4th and 4 for the Indians.
We'll be in 4th and 4. We'll see what Coach Joseph wants to do here as he will bring out the punt unit.
Looks like the 2nd punt of the half and the 2nd of the night for the Indians just in the first 2 drives, as it's going to be London Nunley back deep to punt for the Indians. Number 3, Tayton Calhoun, and number 11, Jonas Badger back deep for the Timberwolves. Timeout on the field by the Timberwolves. Looked like they had 12 on the field, and they had to get out of that.
Timeout charge to United.
London Nunley on to punt for the Indians. Just barely gets the punt away, but they'll call a roughing the punter. That first down is going to be enough to put the Indians offense back on the field with 3 minutes and 5 seconds. We'll call the roughing the punter on number 21, Lathan Ellis.
As Ellis there was almost there to block it, actually, and just happened to run into London, as the coach will give him some words of wisdom here on the sideline.
PNG's offense is going to run back onto the field here. Just run the clock out. But before, we'll give you a little score update from some in-district rivals.
We'll look at Lake Creek here, as Lake Creek will take the lead in the third quarter, 25, and St. Thomas Catholic 10. And as we'll look at Huntsville, Huntsville does have the lead, 21-14 over Bryan.
1st and 10 now from the Beaumont United 38. One receiver to the near side, one to the far. Bailey gets the snap and hands it off to Chatanier. Chatanier goes to the left side and back up to the middle, gets brought down to 29. They'll probably mark him just short of the first down. Let's see what the refs have to say on the field position here.
It's a great job by the P&G offensive line as you see big man up front, Parker Ferris and Aaron Wolford with both pancakes there as that was resulting in the first down.
A new set of down for the Indians at the Beaumont United 28-yard line. And 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the game clock here. Bailey gets a snap and hands it off to Henry. Henry tries to cut out to the outside, but makes his way back to the inside, breaks a tackle, and gets up to the 18-yard line. They'll say it's an Indians first down.
Henry had a great first step there. As soon as he got the handoff, look, he's that full speed going in between the center and the guard for a gain of 10 here. First and 10 from the 18-yard line.
Tyson Henry with his third first down run of the night. Him doing a great job of executing on late downs for the Indians. That case, a 1st and 10 for the Indians. Now another 1st and 10 as Bailey gets the snap and hands it off to Henry again. Henry gets past some tackles, but eventually brought down by his legs at the 14. It's going to be a gain of 4 and a 2nd and 6 for the Indians.
Great job by P&G offensive line once again as he looked like he wasn't even touched until about 5 yards as Timberwolves were there to stop him in his tracks.
Same group on the field, the receiver to the near side, Jay Sneeb, and to the far, London Numley. Tight end to Christian's left is Case Thurston, and fullback behind Wolford is Layden Williams. Bailey gets a snap and hands it off to Henry. Henry met at the line of scrimmage by number 0, Jacobs Bryn Kennebrew again. Only a gain of 1. It's going to set up a 3rd and 5 from the 13-yard line.
Don't see that a lot as you see Jackson Christian as he just gets right by him, tackling him, meet him at the line there as they'll sub out Tyson Henry and bring in Blair Chatanier.
3rd and medium calls for Blair Chatanier, 2 fullbacks and a tight end in the backfield for the Indians. A fake snap, nobody jumps. The lone receiver, London Numley, to the near side. Bailey relays the play to the men up front. Gets the snap. Hands it off Chatanier. Chatanier right up the middle. He's going to go all the way. Oh, and he trips up at the 1-yard line. And they'll call him just short. A shoelace tackle made by number 13, Jamichael DeLay. A great job saving the Timberwolves from another PNG score. But PNG is going to send the fullbacks right behind Bailey. It's time for the tush push. Bailey gets the snap and pushed right into the end zone. Touchdown, Indians. A 1-yard rush touchdown by Connor Bailey puts the Indians up 41-7.
Great job by Blair Chatanier with that 15-yard run. Just shoelace tackled all the way down to the 1-yard line as Connor Bailey will sneak it in. Great job by P&G this drive, taking 6 minutes off the clock as there will be 6 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
New holder onto the field for the point after is Dawson Guidry. Look back to last week on that quote-unquote failed point after, but definitely Dawson Guidry showing off some running back abilities. Just took it right behind the center and got in for a 2-point play on what was the point after. Kel Cropper, good snap. Guidry's hold is good. De Leon's kick is good. PNG goes up 42-7, and with 10 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And for an update, we'll send it to Marquis Gasson.
Hey, sports fans, we're here with the update. We have Newland losing to West Orange Stark 13-7 in the top of the in the beginning of the 4th quarter. We have Lake Creek up 19-10 in the 3rd quarter, and we have Klein Oak, our last week's opponents, losing 9-7 against Cypress Falls. We're here at P&G winning 42-7 towards the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's be ready for a great 4th quarter. Keep it going, Indians. Back to you, Caden.
PNG number 60.
Thank you, Marquis. And back in the booth now, Johan Villamil on for the Indians for the kickoff here. Back deep for the Timberwolves this time, number 5, Ashton Henry. Caught about the 20-yard line. He fumbles it, and it's still loose. Looks like Eventually, the Timberwolves jump on it around the 2-yard line. Looks like number 40, Woodridge gets on top of the ball for the recovery. Initial fumble was made by number 24, Jacob Orkemp.
We're going to talk about the P&G fans here as they always show up, and great job there by the Indianettes, the band, the twirlers, great halftime show.
United offense makes their way back. Looks like they're going to go again with the 4 receiver set, 2 to the near, 2 to the far. The running back now is number 8, Deshaun Hope. Dostaville gets the snap and throws it downfield for Henry. Henry gets the catch at the 31. There's going to fumble on the play. Looks like P&G might have got back on top of it. See what the referee has to say. He will say it was a fumble. It's P&G ball now. Looks like Davis Freeman might have got on that ball.
As it'll be 1st and 10 for P&G from the Timberwolves' 27-yard line.
P&G does end up getting it. Looks like it was Davis Freeman on the recovery for the Indians. It's going to be a first down inside of the 30-yard line. And now we're on to the 4th quarter here at Doggett Family Stadium in Beaumont, Texas. PNG leads 42-7. And now the call for the twos. The quarterback now, Dawson Guidry. Guidry gets the snap, hands it off to Henry. Henry tries to get outside the guards, but it's met in the backfield. A loss of 1, and the tackle made by number 44, Paul Winfrey.
Great job by meeting Tyson Henry in the backfield. And some people say that Dawson Guidry is the best quarterback out here. Sources are Kane Pivito, as we sent it to him in the 1st quarter. Talked about Dawson Guidry. He's a great team player, as we saw last week with the hold. Looked very discombobulated. The play still managed to get the 2-point conversion.
Guidry gets the snap and hands it off to Henry. Henry tries to bounce out the tackles again, but just can't. Met in the backfield. Again, the tackle made by number 73 this time, or 72 this time, Zyking Britton. Third and 12 now for the Indians. 3 receivers on the field, 2 to the far side. It's Cormier and Chris Diaz, and to the near side, Ketchum. The running back, Abel Jamon, to Guidry's left. Guidry gets the snap and hands it off to Jamon. Jamon up the middle, gets through a little bit, but gets met at the 26. Only a gain of about 5 will set up a 4th and 9 from the Beaumont United 26-yard line. They will send out Fernando De Leon to put up 3 for the Indians.
This will be a, it'll be about a 48-yard field goal.
Called officially a 43-yarder for the Indians. This holder is still Kel Cropper. Cropper's hold is good. The kick by De Leon is good. PNG puts up another 3. It's 45-7 here at Doggett Stadium in Beaumont, Texas.
Beaumont United students, a reminder, we're into the fourth quarter. It's time to call home or call for your ride if you're in need of a ride. Once again, at the end of the game, we're going to put 20 minutes on the clock. So the players can stay in. Your cooperation. Players steady within 20 minutes after the final whistle. Beaumont United students in need of a ride. Calling control and then ride. Thank you. Updating high school football scoreboard. Early fourth quarter was Dorn Star 13, Netherlands 7. East Chambers 19, Hardin Jefferson 7. Late third quarter. Late third quarter, Memorial 34, Houston Legacy 16.
PNG on to kick it away on the kickoff. It's going to roll out of bounds, and Beaumont United is going to get some good field position. See what they set them up. They'll probably be around the 30-yard line. And 45-7 here with 9 minutes 56 seconds left to go. It's been overall still a great performance by the PNG defense, only holding United down to 7 points. PNG still with 45, a big sizable lead for PNG. So a lot of room to work with only, again, 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. As PNG's defense makes their way onto the field, looks like it will be the backup, so to say, for the Indians, but they'll do whatever they can to not let the Timberwolves offense score whatsoever. Timberwolf offense on to the field now. One receiver to the near side, 3 to the far. The running back, number 1, Darian Anderson. Dawsonville steps back and throws it to the sideline for Johnson, and a great coverage right there by Joseph Malvo. Knocks away the pass right there for incompletion. Second down now. Second and 10 now for the Timberwolves. Johnson comes off the field, and back on comes Ashton Henry. New top 40 recruits in Southeast Texas. Ashton Henry at 36, only a junior. So a future definitely with Ashton Henry and football. Dawsonville has to throw it out to the sideline to Anderson, and he makes a guy miss and makes 2 guys miss. He's going down the sideline. He has room. Joseph Malvo is going to be there to bring him down, though, at the 35-yard line.
As it'll be a gain of 35 yards here, as that'll be their biggest play of the night, bringing them inside PNG's territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line.
Huge play right there for the Timberwolves. The catch was made right there by Javarius Phoenix. A new set of downs and inside of PNG territory again with 9 minutes and 10 seconds. See if the Timberwolves can't get a quick score. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Dawsonville steps back and rolls out with some pressure behind him. Just throws it away, and a incompletion after the throwaway will set up 2nd and 10.
Good idea, just throw it away, keep their good field position here, as it'll still be 2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line. As they might decide to run to get closer to the 1st down marker, but wouldn't be surprised if they pass it. They've had a lot of great passing game here in the second half.
lead back of the night, Deshaun Hope, has checked out of the game, so look for a Timberwolves pass on second down. 3 receivers to the near side, only 1 to the far now. Dostaville gets the snap, steps back, good pressure, and he's brought down in the backfield. That's a sack for Cale Cropper. A sack when a loss of 4 yards sets up a 3rd and 14 for the Timberwolves.
Great job by Cale Cropper getting in the backfield, getting the sack, as it'll set him back 3rd and 13.
Cale Cropper, good job right there, shedding the block and getting around the running back to make the sack for the Indians. Now a 3rd and 14 from the 37-yard line.
As P&G will check on number 50, Derek Shost.
5 seconds on the play clock for the Timberwolves. Got to get the play off quick here. Stodel gets the pass, or gets the snap, steps back, throws it out to Henry. Henry makes Malvo miss, and it steps out around the 25. He's going to be 1 yard short, a 4th and 1. Definitely expect the Timberwolves to be aggressive here on a 4th and very short late in the game.
Great pressure off the edge by Caleb Cadena. Getting off the edge, great job getting the ball out quick. Will be just short of the first down.
On comes Sean Yarbrough, and off comes Derek Shost. A 4th and short. Deshaun Hope checks back into the game for the Timberwolves, so may even see a Timberwolf run, but first a timeout for PNG. That's going to be their first of the half. And still 2 to go for the Indians.
PNG calls timeout. Updating other scores. Late third quarter, East Chambers 19, Hardin Jefferson 7.
And right before the Timberwolves get back for a 4th and 1, we'll let Clayton Profit get a little score update action here.
As we have Lake Creek at 39, St. Thomas Catholic at 10. As at one point it was 7-10. Lake Creek doing a great job winning it over there. And then next we have Huntsville up 28-17 over Bryan. And then we have Dayton losing currently 10-23 to Kingwood Park. And then we have our state championship rival South Oak Cliff against Duncanville, one of the top teams in Texas, as they are losing 6-14.
Yeah, close game between South Oak Cliff and Duncanville. Duncanville not just one of the top teams in Texas, one of the top teams in the nation. On the play right there, Cale Cropper with a big 4th down stop, deflecting the pass, a turnover on downs, and a big stop to give PNG the ball and hold United to 0. 7 minutes, 59 seconds, just a second under 8 minutes left to go. And back on comes the PNG offense. See if they can't get a 7 here with not a lot of time to go, but enough time to get 7 of their own.
Yeah, as all they're going to be trying to do is get about 4 or 5 minutes off this clock and ice the game out here up 45-7.
Some of the first action we've seen this year from senior running back Caden Naquin. And on the field, the receivers are Cameron Wilson and Ethan Moss. Guidry gets the snap, hands it off to Naquin. Naquin going right into the action and getting a gain of about 2. A 2nd and 8 now for the Indians.
Good job by Naquin, as looks like Eli Washington will check onto the field. As last week, Eli Washington got in for one play. They ran a post to him over the middle and just underthrew him. As that would have been a big play, a big momentum changer. We'll see what he does right here.
Lane Proenza and Wilson check off for Washington and Kobe Como. Guidry gets the snap, hands it off to Naquin. Naquin caught up around the line, no gain. A 3rd and 8 now for the Indians.
Looks like things get a little chippy over here on this sideline. Looks like they'll just break them up.
And we have a official timeout on the field. And we'll send it down to the field to Marquis Gasson.
Hey, sports fans, I'm here with.
Kyler Sanders,
And you are a.
Junior.
All right, Kyler, what is it like being a student trainer?
It's very fun. You get to go to all the games for free.
Okay, and are you finally ready to have a home game next week?
Yes, it is so bad trying to ride a bus for 3 hours.
Yeah, I could only imagine. I have to do it too. All right. Okay.
Thank you, Marquis. And back on the field is the PNG offense. Guidry just hands it off to Naquin. Naquin bounced off the lineman, but gets up to around the 31-yard line. Only a gain of 3 or 4 sets up a 4th and 4, and out comes the punt group.
As PNG only chewing about a minute off the clock as they'll send the punt group out there and let their defense go back to work.
Definitely not the goal for the PNG offense. Not a first down yet in the second half, or not a first down yet in the fourth quarter. Definitely wanted to make a change before this game ends. The punter now for the Indians, Chris Diaz. Diaz gets the high punt away. Great punt by Diaz right there. It lands initially at the 30, and it's going to roll. Outstanding punt by Diaz is going to get right at the 10-yard line, picked up at the 11. And PNG will put the Timberwolves inside of the 15 at the 11 and a new set of downs. 6 minutes, 9 seconds, and it's Timberwolves ball.
Early third quarter, Westbrook has tied things up 10-10 with Lumberton.
And back on the field goes the PNG defense. And United only just a little bit over 6 minutes left to go to put on 7 and try to at least get some to come back on this lead. Handoff to the running back Anderson. Gets up to around the 17-yard line. A gain of 6 sets up a 2nd and 4.
Great job by PNG's defense this whole game, letting up 7 points.
Defensive backs on the field. Closest to us, Byron Franklin and Joseph Malvo, the corners. Zane Newby and Dane Stewart, the safeties. And we'll send it back to the offense here as Destoval hands it off to Anderson. Hope on the carry right there. Gets up to the 20-yard line. He's going to be just short a 3rd and 1 on 3rd and 1 from the 20-yard line.
It's like the Timberwolves are just trying to run the ball, maybe establish a run game for next week.
Defensive line here for the Indians. Cale Cropper at left end. Mervyn Henry, the tackle for the Indians. And Derek Shost, the right end for the Indians. 2 running backs set, both on each side of the quarterback. Destovel hands the ball off to Hope. Hope gets the outside. He has room. He has nobody behind him. It's going to be Franklin looking to catch up to him and could not bring him down. He's going to go 20-10, 5 touchdown Timberwolves. They get another 6 to bring it a little bit closer. 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Don't count them out as Beaumont United gets another 6. And a big run right there by Deshaun Hope.
It was definitely about a 75-yard run. Maybe their 2nd score of the game.
Outstanding carry right there by Deshaun Hope and a big hole provided by the O-line. So a great job by them doing the job and letting Hope do his thing. On to hold now for the Timberwolves, number 3, Tayton Calhoun, and to kick number 20, Castro. Snap is good. Hold is good. Castro's kick is good. 45-14, 4 minutes, 36 seconds left to go here at Doggett Stadium here in Beaumont, Texas. And here comes Beaumont United. It's going to be Castro on for the kick for the Timberwolves. Just do a little pooch kick here. Caught by Chris Diaz. Chris Diaz tries to get around the blocker, but has to go forward and brought down by a whole bunch of Timberwolves. They'll mark him down eventually at the 30-yard line, 70 yards, 4 minutes 29. Probably a good idea for PNG just to run the ball out. No, don't try to do anything too special here, but probably don't want the Timberwolves offense back on the field as they've done their duty of scoring a couple points before the clock hits 0.
Most definitely, Caden, and PNG's offense just going to try to get about 3 or 4 first downs here and should chew the clock to 0.
The receivers, Trent Ketchum and Cameron Wilson to the far side. Trent Ketchum to the near. The running back, Abel Jamon to Guidry's right. Tied in here, number 48, Carter Burton, and fullback is Chase Metz. Guidry gets the snap and hands it off to Jamon. Jamon up the middle, gets the outside, has some room. Jukes outside of a guy, but gets brought down at the 42-yard line. Good run by Jamon and a gain of 8.
Great job by Jamon, and that's all they need right here. Stay inbounds, keep this clock rolling.
Again, nothing too much as, like he said, probably just stay inside of the tackle so it's easier to stay inbounds and just get the little yards one at a time. PNG checks on Eli Washington, and off goes Ketchum. I mean, maybe expect a big play from Washington here if PNG really feels like it. Guidry, fake snap, nobody jumps. Gets a snap this time and hands it off to Jamon, and Jamon just met in the backfield by 4 Timberwolves defenders and gets pushed down after, they'll say, a loss of 1. It's going to be a 3rd and 4 now.
As Jamon will check off, and Caden Naquin will check back onto the field with 3 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
3rd and 4 from their own 41-yard line. The receiver to the far side is Eli Washington, and to the near side, Trent Ketchum. The running back, Caden Naquin, now to Guidry's right. Guidry gets the snap, looks to the left side of the field, tries to throw it downfield for Washington, but not even close. It'll be incomplete and a 4th down now for the Indians. They're going to have to send out the punt group.
As
PNG elects not to send out the punt group, and they'll keep the offense on the field. So they probably give Eli Washington another chance after the overthrow. They do call a pass interference on the far corner guarding Eli Washington. Gives PNG an automatic 1st down, and they'll mark them down at Beaumont United's 44-yard line. First time in the 4th quarter that PNG's got past the 50-yard line. We'll take the penalty for an extra 10. 3 minutes even on the play clock now. Guidry gets the snap, hands it off to Naquin. Naquin up the middle, tries to get outside, but brought back inside, and tackle made by number 14. That's Delvin McDonald.
great job by Naquin with that about 6-7 yard rush, as it looks like maybe 1 or 2 more first downs will seal the deal to this PNG win.
Lane Proenza and Cameron Wilson, the 2 receivers on the field. Proenza to the near side and Wilson to the far. Guidry gets the snap, hands it off to Naquin. Naquin gets the outside and pushes up to the 30-yard line for an Indians first down.
Great job by Naquin getting that first down as they move the chains here with 2 minutes, 10 seconds left and ticking.
Naquin doing his due diligence, getting down the field, trying to get another 6 for the Indians. Just 1 minute 55 left to go. Guidry gets the snap and hands it off to Naquin, but a missed block right there. Naquin gets brought down at the 28-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 8 for the Indians.
As next week, P&G will play LaPorte and finally have a home game. We'll see how many fans attend that game.
Proenza and Moss trade spots, and now Moss will be the receiver to the near side, and Kobe Como switches with Wilson, and he's to the far side. The fullback Carter Burton will be lined up behind the right tackle, and it'll be Chase Metz to the far side. Naquin jukes around the guy in the backfield, but eventually brought down just short of the first down marker. It's going to be a 3rd and inches from the 21.
As if P&G will call an official timeout.
United number 13, Michael DeLay. Third down 1, P&G.
And back out becomes the Indians offense. 1 receiver to the near side, 1 to the far again. The running back, Caden Naquin, on the 3rd and short. Guidry gets the snap and hands it off to Naquin. Naquin goes right up the middle and gets up to the 15-yard line for a 1st down, Indians.
As it looks like P&G will have to run one more play here, and that will ice the game, the clock, to 0.
Clock's around 10 seconds, and PNG will not try to run another play, and that will be it. Here at Doggett Family Stadium in Beaumont, Texas, PNG comes out on top week 2 versus Beaumont United. PNG wins 45-14. A great job by both sides of the ball. But before we leave, we would like to do our players of the game. Clayton, start them off.
On the defensive side, I will have to go with Mason Winchell once again. He's the spark plug for the defense, doing a great job. Near the beginning of the game, a lot of tackles made by him. And on the offensive side, I'm going to have to go with the whole entire O-line, doing a great job, allowing the running backs Blair Chatanier, Tyson Henry, Abel Jaman, and Caden Naquin to do their thing.
Definitely like to give the offensive player of the game to Blair Chatanier. Did his thing again 2 weeks in a row. Not slowly, but definitely did his job of getting first down after first down. And now on the defensive side, I would say it has to be the defensive backs. I mean, just being able to keep the run game for Beaumont United inside of the numbers and letting the front 7 do their thing. So great job by them by, I guess you could say, setting the edge for the defense. And now Julius McDaniel.
My offensive player of the game is Jude Golke and Tyson Henry. Defensive player of the game, Joseph Malvo.
Thank you, Julius. And before we leave, we can't forget to thank our sponsors. Everybody here, we appreciate you. It's going to go golf. Before we thank our sponsors, we'd like to send it down to Marquis Gasson.
Hey, sports fans, we're here for the last pitch of the night. All right, so my thoughts on this game was we were very definitely showed out and was loud and proud. We're so proud of how Indian Nation did tonight and ready for this home game next week. It definitely didn't rain on the rain definitely didn't ruin this parade at Beaumont. All right, thank you, Caden, and we're ready for our game at home next week at the Res. Back to you, Caden.
Thank you, Marquis. And again, like she said, next week at the reservation, PNG versus LaPorte, the last pre-district game before we get into the strong district schedule for sure. And then after the LaPorte game, we have the bye week. But before we send you off for the rest of your night, we would like to thank our sponsors, Golf Car Connections, Cascade Vibration Solutions, Leo Weeks Photography, Complete Athlete, Farmers Insurance, James Carpenter Agency, Maria's Diner, F. Mill Masonry, and Blue Wave Car Wash. Again, we thank you all for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next week. But until then, have a good night and see you soon.